Let him that is taught in the word communicate unto him that teacheth in all good things. Now, I don't know what version, it's supposed to be the King James Version, so it says, let him that is taught in the word, let him. That means allow him that is taught. So if you taught, that's a past tense word. It's my understanding. And so that means you've already acquired some level or degree of knowledge. And so if we go back to the beginning, it is written, let, allow, allow him. And when we say him, that's a general um, word used to mean let the person, not the man or the woman. It says let him. Who is him? Whoever the person is, that is taught, has already been taught by someone else who was taught. See, when people want to read the whole Bible, but you passed up one word that was extremely important. I didn't pick this, I just tapped on this app, Bible app, and pulled up this Bible app and tapped on it to see what um, they recommend or had to offer for today. What is their offering? Okay. And since I subscribe to learning wisdom, to learning knowledge, to getting understandings, I have the Bible app in my phone because I deemed it to have the most knowledge that I value. I don't have dictionaries in my phone. I don't subscribe to other people's understanding of anything. What I do is I'll take it into advisement, so to speak. I'll take it under suggestion to possibly consider it, to consider it. Does it have value? Does it make sense? Does it calculate up? Does it have grounds? If it don't have no grounds, then I don't subscribe to it. And that's just the way it is. Share that. Got to have grounds. Got to have grounds. Always. Got to have grounds. Huh? If you don't have grounds, which you standing on, um, then why do you think that those grounds is gonna um, I don't understand. Uh, what um, is your purpose? Yeah, what's your purpose? If you don't have grounds you're standing on, what's your purpose? Huh? Got to have grounds you're standing on. You know, a lot of the things that I am saying in this broadcast, I have performed in secret. And why should good things be a secret? You know, that don't make no sense. Good things shouldn't be a secret. People can publish everything they know about you that they um, see is wrong, and then blow it up. That's what inflation is. Try to give value to something that it wasn't nothing to begin with. Out of all the good things that I created and did, including this right here that you see on screen, is an original creation. And it's an original instrument. Completely original. Most people, they conform to what um, the YouTube videos tell them they're supposed to put in their tags. But what they're not understanding is when you put what everybody else is putting in their tags, you intentionally are riding along with their tags, and you're thinking, oh yeah, I'll get a lot of views, not knowing, yes, you'll get a lot of views, you'll get a lot of public, public, public views, categorized as public views. See that? But when you are unique, you can a category like I do. I got my own categories. Look at this. Watch this. The Money Vine, that's me. Sub Live, that's me. Who got that? Huh? Y'all all got subscribers? Huh? That's y'all category. Watch time, that's y'all category. Huh? Shopping, that's y'all category. YouTube subscribers, that's y'all category. Alpha Intellect, that's mine. Huh? All, that's y'all category. It was mine, but YouTube took it. I'll let y'all have that. All about essentials? Nah, that's mine. That's mine right there. Alpha intellect? That's mine right there. All these baby mine. All these babies my dependents. Business dependents, you understand? Ecolink? That's mine. All the baby mine. All the babies mine. Right here. Boop. Ah, all the baby mine. Classic essentials. Now this one is universal. Economics, all right. Essentials, all of that's universal stuff, huh? But as a category, um, from my knowledge, I don't know anyone who has um, taken responsibility for that category. Okay, so I'll do that. Okay, anything involving essentials, and it's my exhibit D for distributions. Okay, that's an original category as well because I've never ever seen anybody suggest that you create new categories on purpose to identify yourself. Okay, um, set yourself apart. Okay, but it also connects us. Okay, all essentials connects me to everybody. All related connects us to everybody. Okay. No, it's more than a statement. Y'all make statements. We're making affidavits right here in declarations, Put that on the land record, you know. Stamp duty, pay taxes on it, you dig? We don't mind paying taxes. Taxes come back to you. Bible said, cast your bread upon water, and not many days it shall return. Why are you scared to pay? It's gonna come back to you, baby. Let us work with it. And I say us because I mean the people who know and understand money. Since you don't, and people getting online and talking about they got some money in a trust, and they so stupid listening to everybody online that you don't got no money in no trust. The trust is make believe. Stupid. The trust is make believe. Stupid. You're just as stupid and thought you found out something. A trust is make believe. For those of you who make fun of Christians believing in God, a motherfucking trust is make believe. When we trust that you believe that this shit is real. How about that? We trust that you'll keep perpetuating the bullshit so that everybody believe in it. Huh? These are the basic essentials right here. Essential elements and dimensions of truth and understanding the truth. Okay? And we gonna add a category today. We billing. We billing. Okay? We billing right now. We billing covenant. Trust is an understanding. Accountability. Believing. You know how people say, I trust that you'll keep this a secret. I trust that you'll do the right thing. I trust that you'll love the way I want you to love. I trust that you will be kind. I trust that you will take care of my vehicle when I give you my keys to my car, and that you'll put gas in it. And I'm trusting you when we go to court. The reason we may take somebody to court is because they broke trust. Y'all think a trust is on a piece of paper. And it's not. It's not a piece of paper. Not at all. Not at all. How can you possibly put your thoughts, your will, and your intent on a piece of paper? Oh, it's impossible. This is why they have you doing social media, so that they know what your thoughts, your will, and your intent is. Because they are being held in trust. Okay? They're being held in trust to all the people who know about making money and know about circulating societal beliefs in a manner where we all don't shipwreck. Okay? Where we all don't shipwreck in our desires. So trust instrument deposit. Oh, shit! Honey, honey, honey. Woo! No, no, no. Sitiri asatara. Oh, no, 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 no. Hey! Shetalala hatariri yoshe. Mama, I love you. I love you. I appreciate what my mom, all the things that she did for me. Ooh, still in love with me. I could tell she didn't understand what in the world was going on. But she knew one thing. It's some foundational truth to love, that it's hard to reject love. Who wouldn't want love? That's why people cleave to the stories about Jesus. His love. What kind of love a person, any person, got to have to go through that kind of pain and heartache to help somebody else, to even take their abuse to help them. What kind of love you got to have to be that kind of person, you know? What kind of love you gotta have? That's my number, y'all. It's open accountability, baby. Open accountability. Open accountability. Now, this right here is a text message I got from some random number. Um, Talking about every voice counts, especially yours. Tell your lawmaker to reject proposed cuts to Medicare Advantage. And so I sent them back uh, my message since my voice count and said, you violating my rights and held in trust right here with this message because I don't vote. If you want to listen to my voice, you need to come to my YouTube channel and listen to that. It's unsolicited communication, and it's in violation of the principal interest held in trust. Sometimes people just be sending messages, sending messages, sending messages, and then when I go to my messages, what I'm looking for, I can't even find because my thing is clogged up with unsolicited stuff, and that's not right. That's not fair. Thank y'all for the subscribers. We up to 84 subscribers, and we just got started. I got jiggy maybe a week ago, I think, as far as going live, or 2 weeks or so forth. But whatever the time has been, I appreciate y'all. We have 84 subscribers, and it's like a steady flow of increase of subscribers, and you can also watch our um, subscribe vibe. That's what's something new. We always creating. That's what human beings were created to do. Create. Creators create, and that's what we do on YouTube, and a lot of people don't realize that they're doing that on Facebook and all of their social media platforms, even if you're just uploading pictures or videos or what have you, or comments of your own personal views. Um, you created those views with a composite of understanding from your personal experiences. And so, whether you know it or not, you are always creating, whether you intentionally do it or not. you know. Except somebody just randomly say something in the line at the store and it was funny. Well, what they created was a stage, an impromptu stage right there in the line, you know, and brought joy to people. And the only thing that it cost us is that we had to stand in that long ass line, or even if it was a short line, we had to stand in a line in order to get them goodies about you, you know. That was the price we paid. We had to stand in line, be patient, and wait till you perform for us. It was your stage, you know. And sometimes stages, the best stages don't include a good thousand gazillions of people. Stages, the best stages are personal, real personal, up close and personal. And this is why a lot of people enjoy the lives because they feel like it's personal, you know. And we don't want to have where you come on live and you got a lot of pre-programmed content. What is the purpose of being live if it's pre-programmed? You could have just uploaded a video. And so that's ridiculous. Now we will have some pre-programmed content within the live because it's a review of what's already there. There's no sense to just keep making stuff and making stuff and making stuff and making stuff when we if we haven't gotten any views on the content that we already made. We want to not stop creating, but what we want to do is what we call effective creating. Effective creating is when you creating where it makes sense, where you creating where um, you're not over producing the same thing over and over and over again. But if you, for example, if when we recirculate um, content that we've already made or created, since YouTube claims that there was no views on that content, then we it's I mean considerably it's considered new content because nobody has seen it according to YouTube. According to Facebook, nobody's ever seen this content and don't have no views on it. So to you, it's new. If you haven't ever seen it before, even if it had a gazillion views on it, if you've never seen it before, then it's new to you. It is new to you. And the way that we are presenting it live is a new type of platform. It's kind of like the old school drive-in TV. I mean, not drive-in TV, the drive-in movies they used to have back in the day. This the millennial version, steadily creating and just came up with that. But that's the similitude of this platform that we're trying to foster, create, And it's not fostering. I don't like to use that word. But foster means you know, not naturally connected. And so everything that we're doing is a natural, it's coming natural, like even within this broadcast. So it's evidence of the fact that I just create and create notes. A lot of times I don't even be thinking about it. Just comes to my mind. It's very natural. And so I had to start thinking in the manner of everything is a thing in order to create these type of innovative products. And so what the problem in the innovation market, what their problem is, and the reason why they don't allow a lot of views to my content is because it's so new and innovative, and I'm sure they probably feel stupid that they just cannot come up with nothing this fucking unbelievable. And so what they do is they steal the ideas from me, and then they go and they circulate the new improved this and new improved that in the public. And I've even got messages, I screenshot it. I'm finna show y'all what be going on, and I explain as I go along what you're seeing in the picture. Okay, what's going on in the picture? And so why would they do that? Why would they keep me from prospering in all the business ideas that I have placed on the record? Because they want, who is they? That's the people that, hold on. I'm going to be specific with who they is. It's a group of people that lack understanding that anybody who has that level of creative mentality, also couple what comes with that is wisdom. God don't give nobody these kind of ideas without giving them wisdom. Um, it doesn't come without wisdom. You have to have that. That's how it germinates. People trying to find out what the law of attraction is and all that. How about be nice? Be nice. That's the way you're attracted. Be nice. Be nice. Be nice. Don't hurt you to be nice. It can only help you to be nice. Just be nice. That's it. You thought it was some. It got to be more than that. It ain't, baby. It really just ain't. It really just ain't. It's not nothing more than that. Just be nice. Just be nice. It don't cost you no more than that. But to be nice. You know? I appreciate y'all for joining me in this broadcast. I came on to um, display um, what I have in my heart for today, to give you all a good understanding of what's reality. Reality is what you make it. It's not what somebody else tell you. It's what you make it. And it's no longer November the 16th, and we have that on the screen. But um, I'm just showing you how when you have something that people really need, they online searching for it. And you got it right there in the title, real love. Right here. That's what we talking about over here. Got one person waiting for real love. One. One? Huh? One person waiting for real love. Hmm? Only one? You mean to tell me, out of all the things y'all get online and complain about, you mean to tell me that you didn't at any point in time think that perhaps what you think is love may not be, or what you think is money may not be, or what you think is valuable may not be? Maybe you're going after the wrong thing. The dollar say looking for love in all the wrong places. Hmm? I wasn't looking for love online. I was looking for you. I was looking for people. I was looking not for real people online, I should say. But what I'm saying is the people that are online, I'm trying to reach you online to get you offline and get you to loving on each other in person, in real life, in reality, loving one another. Be kind. Don't don't always assume that if someone says something in opposition to what you already believe, that they are intending to offend you. Think about it. Weigh it out. What are they trying to say? Maybe they trying to tell you something that they found from somebody else, and they might not even believe it themselves, but they just want to throw it against the wall to see if it stick. And they want to see if you, uh, what's your view and your perspective on it. Sometimes people put it out like they really, really, really believe in what they're saying, but they don't. They just want to see if you agree with them. And I feel like a lot of times I'm an alien in this land because it's hard to find people that agree with love. And that's sad. Thank you for the thumbs up. It's so hard to find people that really, really agree with love and want to see each other happy. Even the politicians have spread amongst the people that if we didn't have to work on jobs every day and live by their rules, that the world would be chaotic when we didn't even start out like that, and it wasn't chaotic. We didn't start out like that. We start out families teaching families. We start out communities teaching communities. We started out our elders teaching us in the community. And we didn't have no selected elders that we respected. Everybody didn't just respect the pastor. Everybody respected all of our elders. We respected all of our elders. But now we got a bunch of old people. And there's a difference between an old person and an elder. It's a big difference. Because an elder is a person that's accountable for their wisdom. They accountable. They ain't just counting years and just living. You don't have no determination on whether, just living. You gonna just live. If you live, if you live, you live. If you die, you die. That's the sovereignty of this realm. But that's gonna happen with or without you. Days gonna pass by with or without you. Cause time is sovereign. Okay. Now, what's the free will of it is what you do with your time and your vessel while you in this realm. That's up to you. All that part is up to you. And people, one thing I learned yesterday was my birthday, and that's why I didn't go live personally yesterday too much, but I did go live, and videos is in the incubator right now. Uh, YouTube they be holding, they be holding, and I know how stock and exchanges work and so forth like that. Um, and so they have to hold good shit. You gotta nest it a little while because you just pipe out that good shit back to back like I be doing. People don't know how to handle that. So they had to disseminate it a little bit at a time for y'all where y'all can digest it. And then everybody else can copycat that need to copycat and everything like that and get the idea of what's going on in the picture, and get a good understanding. And then they carry it on to they, you know, viewership, and hopefully a little wisdom will trickle down, all right, to the 1%ers who don't gravitate to real wisdom, and it's too pure, it's too potent for them, all right? And they don't like vegetables and stuff like that, and they don't want to eat them Wheaties and everything like that. So they want frosted flakes. You gotta give them. I like frosted flakes. I ate the last of my frosted flakes yesterday. I went and bought me some milk to eat it. I said, man, my brother-in-law asked him to give me some milk. He didn't get it. That was on my plan. I said, I got to give me some milk. And he had forgot. And he's out and about and everything. But I said, when I do get my lazy butt out, I'm going to go get me. Whole thing was I was being lazy. Not lazy because I'm always doing something productive, but um, when I'm not feeling very um, positive, and I feel unsure about something. I could be sure about everything else, but one thing is bothering me. It's pulling at me, and I will um, kind of abandon the surety and the confidence of all those other things to build up that area that I am unsure of, because that to me is a very unstable feeling, and I don't like it, and so I address it, and I go inward to do that, and I don't like to be around other people uh, that give off no bad funk, I call it. And when you is in a bad mood, you can give off a bad funk or no bad energy to other people, and then bring their spirit down. Next thing you know, they arguing back and forth, and they don't even know why they arguing and stuff. It's because you done set off your stinker bomb, like a squirrel, and they set off their stinker, and it stay in the air for a long time, and it carry on down the street and everything, and it's just like a spirit that's a nasty, funky spirit, and it just carry on. And the reason why they that's their what you call that defense mechanism when somebody or another species cause them to fear. Uh, they put out their stinky odor to repel um, prey. I mean, you don't want to eat no stinker bomb. I'm stinky. You don't want to eat me. And that's the way. That's their way of protecting themselves. And so they don't really have to scrap because you ain't gonna even want to come nowhere near them with them smelling like that. It's offensive. It's just disgusting to the point that it's repulsive. It make you not want to come or pursue or whatever. And so um, that's how people with bad attitudes is. Oh Lord. And they'll say, oh, they had it, especially a while back. I don't know how, because I don't keep up with y'all shenanigans. Um, I don't know how much of a trend they got going on with it now, but I'm gonna speak on this of what I've seen in the past that steered me away from being online too. Um, they was like a lot of people was doing these what they call rant videos. Y'all remember that little trend they had going on because they misinterpreted my videos when I go off on people, but it was people in the chat that I was talking to. I wasn't purposely. Now, some things I set a trend that I didn't intend to, but that's what happens. You have to be responsible for stuff. And I take my responsibility that I didn't know how that would be received. Okay, but I'm just being me. So anyway, people took that as, oh, she getting a lot of views, and they took it, they analyzed it as it was because I was going off and saying I'm keeping it real. So they put two and two together. They're going off on people, it's keeping it real, and that's what they start spreading around. And I made several videos trying to correct that, to say that real is don't have nothing to do with anger. It's not about being angry with people. It's not about with just giving people a piece of your mind. Motherfucker, you ain't got that much yourself. You need to try to hold on to the little piece you got. Real talk. And so why is you being generous? I'm real generous with giving people a piece of my mind because I got plenty to share. I got plenty to share. Plenty. But if you ain't got but a little piece anyway to start with, you need to keep and gather in all you can get, baby. Keep that to yourself until you get enough to share. How about that? Share with us what God gave you to do. That's keeping it real. Not just saying it's real, but share with us what God gave for you to do. And a lot of times it don't be talking. Y'all be talking too much. Y'all be just talking too much. And then you notice when people don't have no substance. That's what I mean by talking. The difference between relaying or communicating understandings. Okay? I didn't say y'all was relaying and communicating too much understandings. That's not what I said. Let's be clear. I said y'all talking too much. Y'all just running y'all mouth too much and it's getting on my nerves. Everybody want to talk. Everybody want to talk, 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 talk. That's not communication. That's not motherfucking communication. Communication is talking and listening. Like when people come on my broadcast, they so used to people just talking at them and don't even really allow them to communicate. That they willing to just stay in the chat and everybody talk at each other. Never, not really wants anybody communicating, because what most of the live people do is they go on the chat and they what do you call that? They the dictators. So they dictate every goddamn thing in the chat. They got their own comments. They on another channel. They making their own comments. They giving themselves gifts. They doing the most, okay? And it's just ridiculous. Oh yeah, y'all didn't know that? They go on their other account, they give themselves a gift, and then tell you, look, oh, people is giving. They got 60 accounts that's theirs and not one real viewer. See, I don't play them kind of silly games. When you come on my channel, it is what it is. I don't have no now my subscribers. I have some subscribers that is my channel. I subscribe to myself, and that's for my accounts to be linked together. That they're associated properties, not so I can go on one of them channels and be a ghost and uh, I got administrative channels that I made like on Facebook, um, and it's intended to promote back and forth, okay? Because of that environment is fictitious in itself. And even when I made that, I said, wait a minute, this ain't me really. I'm not finna comply to what other people is doing. If I have something to distribute out, I'm going to distribute it out in my name, because I can back it up. If I have something that I want to put out that uh, and I'm promoting that's from me, then I'm not finna promote it under nobody else's name. I'm not finna promote it under no fictitious name. I'm not, well, when I say fictitious, what I mean is people have this names like um, Gromit, uh, Sillawash, Born to be Wild, just a whole sentence goddamn name. All right? No, no. Okay. I got channels that have titles that's clearly a title. Okay? It's not my name. It's clearly a title of the subject of the content that's provided on that channel. Otherwise, if I'm circulating on the internet, I circulate under my name, what people know me by as Candy, in real life. So people who got online and stole my name to the point where when I sign up for shit, I can't even sign up under my own goddamn name, that's fucked up. That's real fucked up. When you got, like, the reason why I started putting official in front of a lot of my business titles is because I seen people would keep stealing and duplicating my stuff, go get websites in my name and everything. So I said, shit, I'm going to have to differentiate myself because they took over and started calling their appliances classic essentials appliances. Came the fuck from out of nowhere. I've been here since the giddy up. I've been here since the giddy up. Before the internet. So, uh, where in the hell this classic essential company have come from, I don't know. But since they not putting out no degrading content to sabotage my company name, I allowed it. I allowed it. But when they got to a point where you look up my company and it pull up all they shit, now we got a problem. You understand? That's fair. That's fair now. It's not that I want the monopoly on the words, but I want things to be done in decent in order and fair. Because I'm the one that first titled it. Nobody, all of these words that's basic that we hear every day, nobody, I searched it. It's in my search engine. I searched it and nobody thought to ever have no business in these names. I did a search, it was no channels in these names. All of a sudden, everybody got to say, I'm channel with essentials. Are you serious right now? That's what we're doing. Search for legendary. Everybody got a legendary channel now. That's a trend. I mean, I started a trend, but if I started it, when you look on the search engine, it should have me at the top because I was the first. I mean, tell me that don't make no sense. Now, tell me if it makes sense. If it don't make sense, leave me in comments. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this situation. A lot of things I be saying, I be throwing it out there, see what you think. I'm gonna stand my ground because my shit founded on evidence. And so I'm just saying, share with me, what's your thoughts on it? Because I have been in times past thought I was sure on my grounds, and then hey, somebody presented another dimension of understanding to me, and boom, I had to shape shift my understanding of that particular um issue. I had to reshift. I had to shape shift my understanding. I had to make sure that I was um, not basing my belief system on something that when somebody present um, a view that is adverse or contrary to what you have already taken in as a belief system, I wouldn't suggest that anybody just receive anything just because it's different. But what I would, that is a suggestion that needs to be at least considered. And, and so if somebody brings something to me that I have already determined is a no-go, then anything of its kind is a no-go. You know, like I don't like what I don't like to indulge. I ain't gonna say I don't watch porno, but I don't care to indulge in it. Indulge in uh, looking at other people's nakedness because I know that is wrong. Now, am I gonna say, oh, I didn't know that's just, oh, no, because I understand that um, because our natural uh, sexual desires have been perverted already It's already been done. That's a done deal. You can't undo that. Once you've been molested, you can't undo the violation. And a lot of people who uh, been molested, they wind up molesting somebody else. And even if it's to say something you shouldn't say or touch somebody somewhere that you shouldn't, and then they check you and then you apologize and like, oh, I'm sorry, or whatever. It wasn't intentional because it once you had got violated, it violated your understanding of pure connection. So you're gonna tend to do something wrong, something, because you've already been violated. You've been violated. And so when you've been violated, it perpetuates a violation spirit, okay? So since I, from a young adult, knew and understood that, I have maintained myself to a point where I understand there's a lot of things I can't do. Um, and that's a discipline for myself to not flame the fire. If you already have an unnatural affection, you can't. And what I mean by unnatural affection is when somebody touch you don't that should not have touched you, it gives you unnatural affections towards uh, in sexual matters. And um, that's why you see maybe young girls attracted to older men and stuff like that, because they think they're looking for the maturity when what they are not looking for maturity. They have been taught wrong, unpure uh, male or energy, and so it made them attracted to unpure male energy. And that has been my case of being attracted to men who violate. And you might say, well, why is you attracted to men who violate? I don't know that. I didn't know that. I just come into the understanding because when I make the same mistake over and over again, I don't just keep doing that. I stop and look at what in the hell am I doing here, and try to redress the situation so that I can have a better understanding of what I'm doing, and so I can redress the contract, you understand? Now, um, sometimes people get online and find out about revoking contracts and this and that. Well, guess what? There's something else that you can do. You can just redress. You can redress the contract. You don't have to revoke it. You can redress it. You just say, okay, this is what I want to happen instead of this. Let's discuss this. I don't want it where you make all the decisions anymore. I want to be a part of the decision making. I think I'm more knowledgeable now, and I think that if you include me in on what's going on, that I could even make uh, 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 equitable, uh, additional equitable contributions. And I can do it more purposeful now because I understand what I'm doing now. I understand better that I am responsible to do something in this exchange. And that's what's going on. And that's what's really going on in the picture. Okay? And the reason why your kisses get struck down, because you only pretending to be a a mature adult, and it's easily uh, to see. Because all a person got to do is just scroll up and down your YouTube channel, and they'll see all this immaturity, a lot of shenanigans, ain't no uh, content there that can hold no weight. See, what y'all understand is what you say can be evidenced in the law, okay? And when they say in court, what they say in court, like they cite a case, right? And they cite a case, or they bring up something somebody said, all right? It's because they value what that person said. And this is the reason why a lot of times they try to attack your character. Because they know if they attack your character, then nobody has to give weight to what you have to say. Word is bond. Word is bond. You know what I'm saying? That's what word is bond mean. My word is bond. When I said you can take that to the bank, bona fide, G, you understand? Bona fide deity. You know, I don't have to tell you I'm deity. I ain't gonna talk about it, I'm gonna be about it. You understand? I'm gonna show you what I'm working with. Uh, so, and that's not out of arrogance. That's out of confidence. I'm a confidant. Eh? Not, eh, and what a confidant is, it's a person you can trust. That's what a trust is. A person you can trust. It's not a piece of paper. My word is bond. Write that down. Take a picture. Do whatever you need to do to store that in your memory bank. My word is bond. And I'm going to back it up. Anything I said, I'm going to back it up, baby. I'm going to tell you how you come for me. You don't. You absolutely don't. And what I mean by that, and I'm not trying to be confrontational, but what I am setting the stage for is to get an understanding. Candy, don't play no games over here, baby. It's a reality, gaming. Reality. Reality gaming. This is a real life uh, posture and position on the board, all right? Real life posture and position. You get your vehicle what you want to ride in, but don't bring no polluted ass hoopies on the board because we gonna have your shit towed off. You know, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna tell you how you come for me. You come in a Cadillac, you understand, when you come for me. You don't come for me in no hoopty. And that means you coming in a broadcast, hurling out stuff that you done learned from somebody else, and you not bringing a legitimate question or a legitimate theory that may be contrary, but if it's legitimate, it's going to also be respectful. You can swear, you can use profanity or anything, but you can still be respectful. Why can't you do that? Okay? There is no reason why you can't do that. That's why it ain't going to be tolerated. If we adults, oh, by the way, I don't know if I made that clear. This is a adult channel. No children allowed here. We do allow minors, that's adults that have is trying to learn. and mature in understanding, but we do not allow children over here. Okay? We don't allow no churches. Children need to exit the building because churches is fake businesses. They fake businesses as well. And I mean, it's business name. We're not talking to a business. Business is a fake entity. We talking to people here, human beings, natural human beings, people with soul proprietorship. This is soul proprietorship right here. This the good ship, fellowship, what kind of ship this is. And in the fellowship, that's what trust is. You build trust in the fellowship. Y'all get mad at the bankers and all the people in the corporate entities that's doing whatever they're doing and this and that. But what you are not understanding is they not against each other. They got a fellowship. They got an understanding between each other. They got an understanding. Look, they done. We done figured this shit out. They ain't doing shit. No way. They ain't even know it was worth nothing. They wasn't gonna do nothing with it. No way. It's people that know that they creative ideas and they try to hoard it and let the write books and let the rats chew on it and this and that and never try to put it out or nothing like that to actually create a book and this and that and this and that and this and that. Take it from them. Go do something with it. Store it in the archives. Put it aside for humanity, for the future. You know, do it for them because they too stupid to do it for themselves. They minors. All right. It's not just about being stupid. It's about not having enough understanding to know what is important and what is not. Your furniture and your shit you got in your house ain't none of that shit artifacts. All that shit ain't nothing but waste products. The reason why they be going in black people homes is because we got the goods. They have all these storage wars and this and that and this and that because they looking for black people shit. They're looking for Indian heritage artifacts and stuff. They're not looking, they're looking for handcrafted shit. They're not looking for no shit been manufactured in no damn warehouse. I know it. I know I'm getting on point. I know I'm getting on point. My number's 832-745-5045. That's mine. Clearly, not a scam. It's mine. All these baby mine. Ain't no scam. All these baby mine. Okay. You know, back to what I was saying. For I was so beautifully interrupted by my money cashing in. Cha-ching! Mm-hmm. When I get scam calls all day, every day, because I be creating new issues all day, every day. Um, and that is not a figure of speech. That DNA right there. That DNA right there. They trying to get it and hold it up and zap it and everything. Bless me, Lord. Bless me, Lord. They looking for that shit and everything, boy. They looking before when they try to figure out a cipher out of me, you know. They trying to figure out a cipher out of me. All you had to do was love on me, right? Give me some money. I show you how to do it, baby. I'm gonna bless everybody. But it's not about, like, I tell my friends yesterday on my birthday, they came to spend my birthday with me. They broke asses. And guess what? You know why I can call them broke asses? Because it's just like I was just saying. I be around people. They know I'm wrong, right? Not at one time, they always want to beg me for money. But not at one time, if I'm trying to help them out, I'll nudge at them a little bit. Say, you got this, it's worth money. You ain't got no money, let's sell this. Let me show you how to make money. They don't want to do that. They just want my money out of my pocket. Wow. I told my friend, I said, I told Blake, I said, with your good music playing ass, that nigga walking, breathing DJ, you know. He wake up in the morning, he get the uh he get the day going with a soundtrack, you know. And he got really good taste in music. So I told him, I said, he was begging me for some money. I told him, I said, get your good begging ass, good music playing ass out of my car. Stop begging me and get your ass out and get on your motherfucking job. You're a natural DJ. Just go around and play good music and people gonna pay you for it. As soon as he got out of my car, he made some money. He made enough to get right back in there. He was proud of himself because he brought back enough beer for him and his friend, our friend, Kedri, you know. And he was there, he said, Candy, what you want? Bought me a tea, you know, and stuff. And he had, he had enough. He had more than enough just from his gift. Abracadabra. I'm telling you, I'm show you how to make money, baby, on that channel. Want to know how to make money? I'll show you how to make money. Be yourself. Be yourself. But understand how being yourself. This is my Use What You Got, my James Brown Use What You Got program. This I'm telling you how to use yourself. I ain't just saying be yourself. I'm going to explain to you step by step with examples like this to show you how to be yourself and make exchanges. That's an exchange. He said, I'm finna go. You trying to get me out here to pimp me to go panhandle? I said, I ain't asked you to panhandle. I told you to stop panhandling. Stop it. Make a proper exchange. I'm trying to teach you how to make a fair exchange. Stop begging people for their money. You ain't gave them nothing. But interrupted them with your problems. You ain't interrupting nobody when you playing good music and they're attracted to that good music and they say, ooh, I ain't heard that song in a long while, and they enjoying it and they moving, they swing to the beat. Hey, you done made their day. You made an exchange. And like him, he real funny. He'll say something stupid and crazy off the wall. And it is stupid and crazy and off the wall to the point it be so madly ridiculous but real at the same time. You'll laugh. Okay, he made you laugh. He's a natural comedian. Go make money with your natural gifts. Make exchanges, personal exchanges. And that's going to leave that person a good feeling, a good memory for the rest of the day, at least. At least. I didn't heard people tell me, Candy, I was laughing about that, what you said, days and weeks after. So you'll never know how long the benefit can last for them. You make an exchange for that moment. You needed some money. or whatever. And so you make the exchange for that moment. When I'm down and I don't have money, I just go around and start singing. I just start singing. When you come to me, baby, come to my table. I'll go in the store with money and they ain't even got to spend my money. And motherfuckers start contributing in the line to help me get my shit. That's what I'm talking about. Lord, mad Lord, baby. Mad Lord. Go in the line with I barely had enough one day. And instead of putting my shit back, shit, I asked somebody, say, help me out with this. I'm trying to get some bread. The lady said, yeah, sure. She said that like, what else you need? I just didn't want to be greedy about it. I appreciate that. But yeah, I ain't have enough money. Shoot, I ain't finna just do without. I'm gonna go here and ask somebody. Ask somebody. Put my shit on the counter. I'm not putting my shit back. Somebody in here got some money. Somebody. And I can make an exchange. You know. And that particular time, I ain't do no singing or nothing like that. It was an offer for them to extend kindness. That's what I offered to them. Extend kindness to someone who deserves it. That's not spending it on no drugs or nothing like that. I haven't mismanaged my money or anything of that nature. So that's good soul to sow into instead of a church to a preacher that don't even put no the building need a roof, you know, and all that. You know, the church I was going to last, Imperial Valley, um, I so into that church because every time I go there, they got something else new they done built and done and fixed and repaired and you know, they got some area blocked off because they getting work done on it, you know. So they got a new sign out there since I've been there. I wasn't even there but a couple of months and they did all of this. So I'm like, yeah, this where I'm putting my money at, where I can see what's going on with it. Absolutely. Absolutely. And they loving on people. They even pay people to come to church. Hell yeah, I'm gonna pay for a church like that. That's real love. You care enough about the person to give them an incentive for coming. That's love. It don't get no better than that. And it don't matter if it's only $5, $10, $20. He give according to what your need is. But I took it upon myself to say, Pastor, you don't have to pay for that no more. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna pay for people. I'm gonna take over that ministry and be responsible for that. I'm gonna pay for the people to come. When they come, I pay for it. And so people probably say, oh, they got some kind of money racket over here. How is that a money racket? How is that a money racket? How stupid you sound. Shut up and sit down. Shut up and sit your dumb ass down. We caring about souls over here. We caring about the best benefit over here. We don't want them to come and just be religious. We want them to come and learn how to love. So much love at our church. We love each other. We like family. Every time I be around in the public with my friend Blake, people think he's my man because we like family. Him and KJ. They think that's something sexual was going on because they can't even understand how people can be that close and just love each other. But we want to help you to understand that that kind of love is real and that's what you should be looking for and that's what you should be want to be a part of because it's real and it's pure. And I had to learn them how to love me without wanting to. They still learning, bless their heart, about no touching and all that, all kind of extra sexual stuff. But they learning. And they love being around me to learn. I have to get away from them. They love being around me. People love being around me to get that kind of love. But I had to be off to myself sometimes so I can rejuvenate myself. Because people be pulling on me too hard. I mean, when I'm saying pulling on me too hard is when I'm trying to help you do better and you don't want to do better. That's a strain and a drain on me. It's better when you just cooperate and we go on move in the flow. Then when you're moving in the flow, it's like when you relax and you in the water, that's how you float. Just relax yourself. Stop thinking about drowning. Just relax your body. And then you can just float. Don't be afraid of you don't know which way you're going and this and that and this and that. Just float. Just be okay with float. Once you're okay with just floating, then you learn how to flap your arms so you can direct yourself in the way you want to go. But you still float. Still going with the flow. People want to go against the grain is where the problem is. That's what makes you sink and drown. Going against the grain. And I ain't gonna let you sink me and drown me because you're stupid. You had to drown by yourself. You're always drowning by yourself. Ain't nothing but fishes. Ain't nothing but fishes. Ain't nothing but fishes down under. Fishes and all kinds of species, beautiful species, way down there in the abyss, what they call it, in the dark and abyss. Beautiful species. All right. But none of us humans will know about it because it's so far down in the dark and the abyss. You won't know about it until you uh, turn into a spirit where you're dense enough to go down there. Okay? And so don't worry about no dimension you ain't in right now. You ain't conquered this one right yet. You had to conquer this dimension first while you that's why people die trying to go too deep into the water and they still are trying to build machines to breach dimensions and the earth turn on them and swallow them up and say since you want to go in we gonna let you in, you gonna tap into this portal but you can't come back. You can't come back because now you can't trying to let people know on this side what's going on that side is a violation of the law. You got to do one or the other. If you're that curious about that side, you got to go on pass on over there. And when that's what passing on means, you got to pass on over there. And if you don't, that's why it's not a crime to die. You're just passing on to the next dimension. You're passing on to the spiritual dimension. You don't know where you're going. And it's an uncertainty that causes fear. All right? But you got to think about it. You passed into this dimension and manifested. You ain't know you was coming here. You didn't know you was coming here. Did you set yourself in your past life to come here? If you did, you don't remember it, you don't know. So as far as consciousness goes, all you know is what it is right now. It's just like me. A lot of times I feel like the world I'm in is not real. I really do. I feel like the world we in is not real. And that everybody is fake. Fake motherfuckers. And they've been replaced by my real family that I was born with, because they just don't seem like none of my family members that what they used to be. Like our family used to be more. Uh, we lived our separate life, but we was family oriented, like tied into each other to and with love, you know. And then when my grandmother passed on, it just seemed like she took life with her. And then she left a little bit with me. She left me enough to carry on. And I just felt like I was gonna have, okay, all these divas that I was raised with, my aunties, good old praying woman, my mama was good old praying, all my aunties is, baby, they get in touch heaven for you. Alright. My aunt Tara, she done passed on, you know. And I told her not to leave here. I specifically told her not to leave here. That we need some matriarchs still here on this side to help out. And they just all left me alone. And they left me a lot of good qualities and everything like that. But I am upset about that. I don't know who planned that shit, but that shit wasn't no good plan to get rid of all the matriarchs of the families and destroy families in this manner, try to steal people inheritance and stuff. You're doing more than stealing financial inheritance. You're stealing people life, blood of their family. The creative nature of most people comes from their family, the culturing, like when you in the science lab and they call it in the when they put a little specimen and they put it in a culture. They put it in a culture and they watch it and see how it move about in that culture. All right, in that controlled environment, and they watch and see how it move about and this and that, this and that. That's what a culture is. We ain't nothing but specimens online, and they watching us to see how we move about, do things. You know, I makes my mark. I showed y'all on my how I do on my websites. You know, I makes my mark, and I make sure that I make it well. It's so unique that you know that that's mine right there. All them babies mine. They got my DNA on them. Because they so unique. That is my DNA. Uniqueness. Never ordinary. Always a legendary. Mm. Kristen posted this. Let's see what he got to say about it. I done told him we can't. He said read this whole thing. We can't even blow it up to read. We gotta read the little bitty writing. It said 1934 congressional. Look how it looked like a Bible, y'all. Pay attention. The issuance of $15 billion in bonds during the next few months, and that the cost of living will be increased for millions of consumers and millions of wage earners, and this bill D what did it say? I can't really, it won't stay blowed up. This how you know when they got bullshit they want in a little bit of writing. Uh, uh, Deveining the dollar to 60 cents or below 60 cents. All right. Will work additional. Y'all bear with me because I'm a slow reader because I like to see what kind of bullshit is going down. I don't read too fast. And they got this little bit of writing where I got to really focus to see this here. Additional hardship of labor in commissioners in all parts of the nation. The real creditors are the laborers, the Americans, wage earners. And if the creditor is to be cheated by a reduction to the value of the dollar, it is and must be at the expense of labor. The American Federation of Labor and the American Legion is demons. It's a group of demons. And other great, they call themselves great. All the demons think they're great. The great nationwide organization, the American Legion, and other, wait a minute, let's read that again. The American Federation of Labor and the American Legion and other great nationwide operations of that character law, no, character have opposed inflation in the United States of America, or as they realize they have the inflation has brought to the wage earners in every country that it has been tried, as they never catch up with the increase in the in the cost of living. Wow. Wow. They agreed upon this. You hear that? The great nation entity, the Legion of Demons, American legions. Wow. Wow. And they call themselves great nation wide operations. Y'all plan to mess over the Americans and just keep it increasing the cost of living to pay for the debt you created. And really, it was just really created in the mind. Who you owe? How you owe somebody? How in the hell do you owe somebody? When the Bible say, owe no man nothing but love. How do you owe somebody? Huh? You had to have stolen something that didn't belong to you. That's the only way you get in debt. You don't get in debt from having a bill. A bill is money. An obligation comes from doing something wrong. And it puts you indebted to that person. It's just like if you have accidentally say for example you driving your car and you accidentally um, ran into somebody. Y'all had a crash and a disagreement of time in operating y'all vehicles. Even if the person's on foot, they're operating a personal vehicle, moving around. And so they, y'all clashed in time and space. And so now we decide who was in the wrong in that clash. And so if you in your heart know you was wrong, in your heart, you become indebted to that person. And you weigh it out in your heart and say, man, that was messed up what I did. I can't take that back. But you're indebted to that person in your heart. And you'll say, I can't give you your health back. I can't restore you and make you whole and give you your health back. Um, I hope you get better. I hope with time you heal and so forth. But you cannot repay anyone for that kind of harm. You just cannot. Okay? And so all you can do is make amends. And you make amends in your heart when you said, I was wrong. And you had some remorse about that. You felt, you know, you rejected that action as being right or being as a course of action that you want to repeat. And that's how you change courses. And so you repented in your actions. And that's the only thing that you can do in that situation. People be saying, when they put them in jail and stuff like that, I paid my debt to society. No, you ain't pay your debt to society. because you never did owe society nothing. I don't owe society a motherfucking thing. I don't have no agreement with society to give you nothing. Not revoke any kind of assumptions that I owe society any damn thing. I don't owe society a motherfucking thing. Society didn't bring me here. I don't owe my mama nothing. She brought me here. She owed me an explanation of why she dumped me here in this realm and and then left without any type of notice. Cause I asked her to stay here. She left. So she didn't give us any closure before she left. So she owed me an explanation for this. But as far as anybody else, don't nobody don't nobody owe nobody nothing but love. Always indebted to love one another. Yes, you owe me. When I stood in that line and I needed some food to eat, I was saying to society, y'all been pulling on my skirt tail to perform on my end of the alleged and assumed contract. Well, guess what? I'm drawing down on it. I'm drawing down on it right now, making a withdrawal, a live ATM withdrawal from society. That's not begging. It's by right. It's by right. Y'all want to know what a right is? You only have a right when you've made an exchange. And then you have a right to receive. When you give, you have a right to receive. But if you ain't gave nothing, then you don't have no right to receive nothing. Want to know what a right is? Bible says the kingdom of God suffereth violence. Okay? I mean, we allow you to do certain things. But then it goes on to say, but the violent, I'm violent for real. That means I have authority for real. You just play power of attorney. I have durable power of attorney, and I can usurp it at any time, and I have done so. I'm doing so right now. To let you know, you don't have no power of authority. It's been revoked. All agencies, from since the day of my birth, at Jefferson Davis Hospital, a manifest was produced. Birth certificate of live birth manifest was produced. I'm taking authority over that too. Bond and certificate is mine. Title, bond, and certificate of the name, Therese Yvette, surname Brown. I'm about my father, Ira Brown. The original. Because it's a lot of people who came after. But when you search the records, you'll find that a lot of the white people made us feel, and we going around telling each other that, oh, you don't want to give your baby no black name. Don't give your baby no black name because they can't get no job. Well, that's fine. I'm going to make sure I name my daughter Brett Tisha. And the blackness come right out on the end. because I don't want my children going and getting no damn job. I'm sorry. I don't want my children getting no motherfucking job. They have lots of gifts and talents and creativities, and I had them working on uh, businesses. I don't want my children on no damn job. My son work on a job right now because I told him he need to learn discipline. But inevitably, we are building Wubby Gaming because I don't want my children on no damn job. And I say damn job because if you have a position on a job and you are not fulfilling your life gift, you're not feeling fulfilled, there are some people who are meant to be there. It's not damning for them. They meant to be there. Not. My son need to be on a job right now to learn. It's not damning for him. And it's not damning for you. You need to pick a job in more in your lane so you can be learning the skills and the talents you need for your future. But just stop quitting working is stupid. And anybody coach you to do that is stupid. No, we need people on these jobs that's intelligible. Why would we tell all the people that's learning to be intelligible that they don't need to work on a job? That means all the dumb people. That's why you go to Walmart and that's why all the police stations is full of dumb motherfuckers. Because who else is there to get to do these jobs? If everybody that got any sense is being told that they need to own their own business. Now we got a gazillion businesses and nobody to work. Come on now. What sense do that make? Make it make sense, as my sister say. Make it make sense. Because this shit don't make no sense. Make it make sense. In the meantime, in between time, keep it real. Take your ass back to fantasy land.